really, you're just talking about what the human body is experiencing right now based on a host of intense interferences, and it's like irrefutable, right? We all know what a histamine response is, and I think it's one thing that I've noticed for decades is when we're entering spring and people say, "Oh my God, my allergies are so out of control." Is it the and people assume it's the pollen, not all of the other things that are in the air and all of the other interferences and the food that we're eating now and all the changes, right? So what is when you talk about meeting somebody at where they're at, you're hearing all of their everything that's going on in their environment, what they're doing, what they're eating, and what is like the Gene Smart? How do you approach things with this Gene Smart method? I'm so curious.
So the Gene Smart approach is under the umbrella of the Cochrane method, and it really speaks to the four portals of genetic expression. So how
Mm,
might your genes be expressed? And the way that my model has been developed and continues to evolve, because every client teaches me something new every day, is that I've identified the four major players, which is pathogenic load. So
mm,
viruses, parasites, bacteria, fungi. Now, we are only 43% human cells. The rest of us are their cells. However, when we are no longer in a homeostatic, meaning a balanced state, these guys become bullies in our sandbox. And
mm,
so that Epstein-Barr that we had when we had mono when we were 16, it's going to be in us forever. But how is it in us forever? And there are antibody tests that you can take, not an active form, which is an IgM, but an IgG. I call it the grandmother. So grandma's shouting, and instead of that IgG, which should be below 30, I had a client last night tell me her antibodies, her autoimmune antibodies of thyroid are 1300. That's huge. She's having a thyroid storm of Hashimoto's.